For local schools, it's a top health concern, one that could lead to long-term health effects. According to a youth tobacco survey, 10% of high schoolers and nearly 5% of middle school students reported using e-cigarettes. And as Sarah Allen reports, that's just one reason why Robbinsdale area schools are trying to take action.
It's been a concern here at the school district.
Nikki Stout is on the front line of trying to stop kids from vaping.
A lot of them are using to self-medicate. A lot of anxiety, a lot of depression that seems to either be unrecognized or undiagnosed.
The substance abuse specialist with Robbinsdale area schools says vaping is a concern due to its effects on young brains.
The adolescent brain, it's developing until the age of 25, and so we know that when there's use that's occurring before the brain has fully developed, there's a higher risk for addiction.
But it's not just the health of students that's a concern.
Obviously, putting a vape pen down the toilet, it's not going to fit.
School officials say vape pens are being flushed down toilets, causing them to clog and overflow. In one case this year, Armstrong High School had to close for a full day while repairs and cleanup took place. There's also another challenge with e-cigarettes.
If you think about traditional cigarettes and youth, the sneaking a cigarette, behind the school gym during break, because of the smell of cigarettes, it's really hard to pull it off in your home or in school. But with vaping, with it being relatively odor-free.
Dr. Gavin Bart at Hennepin Healthcare says e-cigarettes can more easily deliver nicotine than traditional cigarettes.
Kids in a disposable vape can carry around, the equivalent of half a carton of cigarettes.
Dr. Bart encourages parents to create an environment where kids feel like they can talk about vaping without fear of punishment. Robbinsdale district staff are working on having supportive conversations, too.
We are doing advisory lessons on it. We are doing health curriculum around it.
By taking these proactive measures, schools and caregivers hope that kids are better aware of the dangers of vaping before they ever think about starting.
It boils down to we care. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be safe.
Sarah Allen, CCX News.
The city of Brooklyn Park plans to cut ties with a nonprofit that works to promote tourism to the city. Minneapolis Northwest Tourism was founded in 1986. Maple Grove, Brooklyn Park, and Brooklyn Center were all members of the organization until Maple Grove left in 2021. Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center agreed to restructure the Bureau. Now, Brooklyn Park city staff and Mayor Hollis Winston accuse the organization of ignoring feedback from the city. They also question the organization's hiring process as it looks for a new CEO.
It was almost as if it was a voice shouting in the darkness and it wasn't really listened to. So for me, that part was distasteful, and frankly, I don't know that our city is interested in having partners like that.
This hard-earned money we should spend in the hospitality field. And if we decided to terminate, I don't think it's fair to us.
Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center fund the tourism board's operations with a tax on hotel rooms. The council voted to leave unless changes are made before late December. The West Metro is one step closer to getting a north-south bike trail connection, but it will require some patience. The 21-mile Canadian Pacific Regional Trail won't be complete for another decade, but it's about to enter the next phase. The trail will start in Bloomington and go all the way to Crystal near Becker Park. Three Rivers landscape architect Stefan Scherson says it's an opportunity for people to get out of their cars and into nature.
Really kind of helps fill in some of the voids that we have in our current trail system, because as most of our trails currently are east-west orientation, so this will allow a lot of intersections and connectivity with those trails.
The route is still being finalized, but it will be made up of new and existing trails that includes the cities of Golden Valley and New Hope. The holiday season is a time of gift giving, but those gifts don't wrap themselves.
And she's looking for some clothes, some shoes, a coffee tumbler, so I was able to get everything on the list.
That is one of the many employees from Legacy Restoration in Plymouth who spent the day wrapping presents. Staff members received wish lists from those in need and then went shopping for more than 250 families. The company covered the cost of everything on the list. All told, the donation equals more than $31,000 worth of gifts for families.
As our company has grown so much over the last 15, 14 years, we just see that larger circle of influence that we can have a positive impact on. So there's the impact, but it also strengthens us as an organization to give back, to use our skills, our resources, and our gifts to support the communities around us.
This is the company's 10th year of gift wrapping. They plan to deliver the presents to charities next week. Starting Monday, North Hennepin's Fine Arts Theater comes alive with music. From classical and traditional music to pop rock, North Hennepin Community College's Fall Concert Series aims to please. Student performers say they hope to connect with the audience.
I really hope they take like the messages of all the songs to heart, because they all kind of build off of each other and kind of connect in sort of a way.
I hope that they leave thinking, wow, we were able to come together in a time where, you know, there is a lot of stress around the holidays, but coming together and just sharing some happiness.
There is also a few surprises. Here's one of them.
Masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotions, tossed about like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Following a season opening loss to Mounds View Tuesday, the Armstrong girls basketball team took on Bloomington Kennedy Thursday. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Armstrong at home to face Bloomington Kennedy in a non-conference girls basketball matchup. Kennedy rotates the ball nicely for an open three for Haley Williams for a 10-7 lead. Williams scores 14 on the night. They open the lead up. Again, good passing, and Macy Miller hits for three of her game-high 16. The Eagles lead by 10, 21-11. Armstrong chips away, though. Peyton Erickson sinks a three late in the first half to bring her team within 6 at 27-21 at the half. And Antoine Easley's team seizes control to start the second. Erickson's three off the inbounds pass is part of an 8-0 run as the Falcons go in front. Erickson has 11. Emily Fisher drives into the lane for a tough bank shot on her way to a 9-point game. Armstrong's up 39-34. Nice pick and roll as Maddie Fondo finds Maren Wilson for two. Armstrong is now 1-1 after a 51-42 win over Kennedy. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Park Center boys basketball program has become one of the state's best. Jay Wilcox has a preview of this season's Pirates team.
There's plenty of optimism at Park Center as the boys basketball season tips off, and with good reason. The Pirates have played in the past two state 4A championship games against Wayzata, winning 2 years ago and losing in overtime last season.
I think the loss motivates us every day in practice. You know, when we're tired and we don't want to do things, or you know, when we're up here before school getting shots up, the loss and the pain we felt just motivates us so that we keep moving forward so that we can get that championship at the end of the year.
The Pirates have a good core group returning, with one of the state's top point guards in Cash Chavis and center Chang Ring as returning starters, and last year's sixth man Jackson Folk stepping into a bigger role. They also have some newcomers with promise. Blending together will be a key.
It's been shaping up good. I feel like we've got a lot of chemistry back, and everybody's just falling into place. We got a bunch of new guys, learning their new roles in the team.
It will take some time for the new guys and the guys that played primarily JV last year to get acclimated and everybody's got a new role, and but that's kind of the fun of a new year.
Park Center opens the season rated number 1 in Class 4A, which is good, but can put a target on them a bit too.
It's a little bit of both, but it's a good thing we get to congratulate each other for it, but we can't take it for granted because it could be taken away any time from us.
They fully expect to be in the hunt for a championship when March rolls around. Now the Pirates will get started in pursuit of excellence. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Totino Grace boys hockey team has 5 of its first 6 games on home ice. Chaz Moots has highlights of the Eagles game against Woodbury.
Totino Grace started the season with a 7-4 loss to Gentry Academy. Woodbury came into Thursday's game 1-1 on the year. First period, Trey Peck's shot on goal. The rebound comes to Clayton Durr. He cleans it up and scores. TG out in front early. Late in the first, Royals on the power play. Caden Schlotman shot from deep. Puck squirts out. Tommy Dittrich crashes in for the goal. Woodbury ties it back up. The Eagles got rolling in the second period. Durr picks up a loose puck and throws it in the net backhand for the go-ahead goal. Then it's Peck getting behind the Royal defense and fires a wrister in to give TG a 3-1 advantage. More from Peck late in the second. Totino Grace is on a power play. Ben Box waits a moment, lets the defense shift, then dishes it to Peck for the one-timer. TG scores 3 in the second to go up 4-1. The Eagles kept pouring it on in the third. Roger Morad waiting at the back door for the puck that trickles his way for the TG goal. Then one more power play goal for the Eagles. Gabe Gallivan, wrister from deep. Great shot from the senior defenseman. Totino Grace gets their first win of the year over Woodbury, 6-1. In Brooklyn Park, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.